willingness to abide by. Yes, ma'am.
I need to move this in front of me. Okay. My name is Mahaley Moat. It's my address is 5714 County Road 56, Woodland, Alabama. Admitted in this room. Lies, misleading, uninformed, never researched or investigated slanderous statements were allowed, even somewhat encouraged by at least one of you, presented and treated as fact. Needing at least 20 to 30 minutes to disprove 25 minutes of lies last week, I have 3 short minutes to summarize and state the facts. I only have time to address the most serious lie of the many told. The truth is so very far from what was allowed to be presented here a week ago. Prior to this committee unanimously voting for the cleaning to be paid for by city funds, Alan and I personally carried the $100 cleaning burden for just shy of 1 year. Last week, Kathleen stated that we only paid her maybe a couple of times and stated that she cleaned the building for maybe 3 or 4 months without being paid. When she made those statements, I immediately knew, as well as she, that they were untrue. Even had I not been the one who paid her, upon hearing that lie, common sense tells us all that no one would continue to do a job that late on a Saturday night 2 times per month without being paid or without questions, a job they accepted solely for the money. Each week before beginning to clean, I presented Kathleen with a $100 check. Her signature of endorsement is on the back of every one of these checks, and here they are. Kathleen did not, again, she did not do any cleaning after January 22nd of 22. She quit, for reasons I would be glad to explain given more time. After she quit, we continued making cash payments to the person that replaced her. In total, we paid $2,200 in cleaning fees, never failing to pay if a dance was held. I have submitted to Ms. Jacobson our proof of those payments, and you should have received copies. Without warning, last Monday, there was a public character assassination against Alan, a scam to make a monetary gain from whomever this council would deem responsible for payment of the falsely claimed non-payment. Alan and I, most certainly Kathleen, knew she had been paid in full, and now you and everyone watching know that she was paid. Without pause, she sat here last week and knowingly lied directly to your face in public, broadcasted and permanently available on the internet for all for undue monetary gain, all while reversibly defaming Alan in the process. Better described as attempted theft, embezzlement, if you will, all again at Alan's reputational expense. As for the city, the legal or disciplinary consequences for an employee committing such a disgusting, serious, premeditated act is in your hands. As a business owner, I know exactly what would happen in the private sector. And as victims, we know it here. It's a 20-minute read. Anyone may have a copy. We will post it as well. And lastly, we do not, and have we never, ever, have taken advantage or made a profit, as was so strongly suggested last week. I'd be happy to prove that as well. It is, in fact, a provable personal financial loss. If you have questions, I am here and happy to answer. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, please, I read the decorum rules and expectations. I appreciate your sentiments, but this is not the place for that kind of outburst, please. Thank you. All right, next, anyone else who would like to offer public comments? Yes, ma'am.
I don't even need your 3 minutes, but thank you. Mr. Mayor.
Name and address, please.
I'm sorry, Shirley Akers, 8699 East Union Hill Road, Winston, Georgia. I've been going to these temple dances. I wish I could remember how many years, but I can't. But one thing that I guess bothered me last week when Miss Kathleen was talking about sawdust on the floors, at least 2 times she said. As many years as I've been going there, I have never seen sawdust on the floor. What I think she might have been referring to is we had one dance. It was called a Western dance, Western themed dance. So I personally brought in a bale of hay, but I worked and I swept and I cleaned. I even went out to the parking lot to make sure I had all that off the grounds. There was none left behind. So I know that just didn't happen. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Yes, sir.
Dale Parrish, 4 Tallapoosa Street, Temple, Georgia. I've had a situation in my lawn up there with the water contractors. They came in and put a line in. I guess it was about 4 feet deep, and then up above it, they came in and put another one about 8 feet deep up above it and got up right next to the house. But I found out that the right-of-way comes up to within 3 feet of my house. And that's hard for me to believe, but the main point that I would like, I know the city has fixed my lawn back, and it's not exactly level, but it's okay. But I submitted the water bill, and just a portion of it was taken care of, and I feel like I had to put the sod down in the summertime, and it's been dry, and I had to water it a lot, and I feel like the city should help me out with this water bill more than they have. They have helped some, but I've paid more than I paid last year every month. And I just want, all I'm asking is just to be fair. How would you feel, if you were in my place and turn it right around? And that's all.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else? Yes, sir.
Hello, my name is Nathan DeFore. I'm the drummer for the Allen Moat Band. And first of all, I've been with him about 8 years now. And through this time, I have seen him and McKaylee take out of their pocket to pay the musicians. More than once, I have tried to give the money back. They don't do this for the money. They do this for the seniors. And I want to thank y'all for letting us have that dance. For the seniors, it's everything. It's their recreation. It's where they get together, communicate. It's their exercise. If you can help us in any way to keep these dances going, I think you will. Because it's up to us to take care of our older people. It's in the Bible. It's biblical. We need to take care of our seniors, first of all, before we take care of ourselves. Anyway, I just had to say something. But thank y'all. I appreciate y'all for helping them out. Thanks.
Thank you. Anyone else?
I had to speak, but I just got to. Sorry. I'm Karen Johnson. I am 3325 Water Drive, Douglasville, Georgia. And I just want to say, there was a comment made last week that only a few Temple people go to the dances, and that you feel like you're supporting other people. That's not really so. If it weren't for us coming, there probably wouldn't be a dance. Y'all might not have enough people. I love it. I dance in Douglasville. I dance in Temple. I dance in Carrollton. I dance in Dallas. That's my recreation. These are my friends. We look forward to getting together, and we want to have fun. There are no drugs, there is no alcohol, there is great music, there's wonderful food, and if you haven't come to join us here in Temple, you're missing out. I want to invite each and every one of you, and Mr. Casey, thank you for responding to me.
You're welcome.
I
And
appreciate it.
I'll be there on the 11th.
Okay, that's all I have to say.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
I'm Jerry L. Garrison, senior. I'm a resident of Temple. I've lived here 40 years, and Temple's always had an open heart and open feelings for people to come into the city and enjoy what we have here. But here recently, I've heard through hearsay, rumors, which I don't hardly believe half the time, but rumors saying that there's people on the council here that are against the dance at Temple. And I said, well, I don't believe that. But there's rumors going around that is negative toward the city. So I'm asking here now that the senior citizen is not only for the citizens here at Temple, but it opens the doors to other older people who are nearby that can come, enjoy music, enjoy to socialize with each other and not stick their face in a screen somewhere on the computer. And this is where, if we feel bad, we go to a dance, either Villa Rica, Carrollton, Temple, Douglasville, and that's where we get re-energized. That's where we get healed at. And we do the same here at Temple. When something bothering us, we go to our friends, the loved ones that surround us. And that's where we get our healing. And that's where we get our enjoyment. And it's because the council and the city of Temple provides it. And I just want to thank you for doing that.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else? All right, then we will end the period for public comments. Next on the list is the approval of the agenda. We had an initial agenda that has been changed by the addition of one item, which it would be item number 2 under new business, and all the other items are the same. So what's your pleasure on approving the agenda, the second agenda?
Make that motion.
Second.
All right, motion by Mr. Brightnell, seconded by Ms. Bowles. All in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, the same sign. Motion carries 5-0. Next item is approval of minutes from September 8, 2025 City Council meeting.
Motion to approve the September the 8th minutes.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Walden, seconded by Mr. Bracknell. Any discussion? All in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, the same sign. Motion carries 5-0. Second is announcements. Ms. Jacobson.
Yes. So our Recreation Department, under Miss McKinley, has received multiple awards for this year from the Georgia Recreation and Parks Association. We have received 5 District 4 awards, which are 2025 Class C Agency of the Year, 2025 Promising Professional, Jayla Orozco. Did I say that right? Okay. 2025 Outstanding Program for Programmers, Juneteenth, Sip in Color, 2025 Outstanding Program Athletics and Aquatics, Class C Temple, the Red Ball Clinic. And 2025 Outstanding Special Event Programmers, Healing with Heroes. And the last award is a statewide Agency of the Year for under 10,000 people. So we are the Agency of the Year, Georgia Recs and Park, under 10,000 people. So with that, I would like to invite the council, if you're wanting to go to either of October 15th in South Fulton Parks and Recreation from 6 to 8. They will be having the District 4 awards. And then November 5th, and this is a faraway one, Jekyll Island is the state award. So anyway, if anybody is interested, just see me and we can talk about that. That's all, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. That was November 5th, right?
Correct.
All right, thank you so much. Congratulations, Ms. McKinley and department. All right, next is our consent agenda. First of all, is there any item that a member of council would like to see removed from the consent agenda? right, then, item 1 is adopt a resolution for the supplemental agreement of acceptance of grant funding in the amount of $500,000 for the sidewalk project with an 80-20 match with the city's funding to come from SPLOST 2021. Authorize a resolution authorizing a special one-time holiday season payment to eligible full-time and regular part-time employees with the City of Temple. 3, authorize the issuance of requests for proposals for repairs, paving, and striping at the Senior Center and Recreation Department parking lot located at 240 and 280 Rome Street. 4, adopt the policy discarding of city property to be included in the City of Temple's personnel manual. 5, authorize Public Works Director Josh Smith to sell 4 vehicles from the city fleet, 3 vehicles on Gov Deals, and 1 through the Enterprise Fleet Management Equity Program. 6, authorize the replacement/rebuild of the SBR blower not to exceed $22,000 with funding from the Water Sewer Operating Budget. 7, approve the cleanout of SBR tank number 1 in an amount not to exceed $20,000 with funding from the Water Sewer Operating Budget. 8, adopt the budget amendments to the fiscal year 2025 capital budget. And 9, authorize the mayor to sign the easement documents from Atlanta Gas Light accepting $2,482 for temporary easement rights along 184 Carrollton Street to improve their natural gas pipeline systems. At this time, what is your pleasure regarding the consent agenda?
Making a motion, we adopt.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Brightnell, seconded by Ms. Miller. All in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, the same sign. Motion carries 5-0. That brings us to new business. Item 1, a proclamation to recognize October 2025 as Pregnancy and Infant Loss Awareness Month. Proclamation, whereas pregnancy and infant loss is such a common occurrence, one that is usually not recognized, and whereas many City of Temple parents and families have suffered a miscarriage, a stillbirth, or the death of an infant during delivery or shortly after birth, and whereas this devastating tragedy often occurs suddenly, without warning, as a result of miscarriage, stillbirth, preterm birth, sudden infant death syndrome, accident, or other causes or complications. And whereas the City of Temple wishes to acknowledge the profound grief experienced by families who suffer the death of a baby. And whereas the City of Temple wishes to acknowledge the existence of the babies and infants that died far too early. And whereas even the shortest lives are still valuable, and the grief of those who mourn the loss of these lives should not be trivialized. And whereas the 15th day of October is recognized in parts of the United States and in many other jurisdictions around the world as a day of remembrance and awareness of pregnancy and infant loss. And whereas the tragedy of pregnancy and infant loss, which exacts a terrible emotional toll, may be preventable in some instances. And whereas increased awareness of the causes and impacts surrounding pregnancy and infant loss may lead to a greater understanding, support, and resources in communities across the City of Temple. And whereas a month of remembrance honors the lives of children taken too soon and supports grieving parents, grandparents, siblings, and other family members whose lives are forever altered by the heartbreak of losing a child. And whereas those parents and families require support and understanding during their time of grief. And whereas promoting awareness of the challenges faced by those parents and families is a positive means of establishing support and understanding. And whereas recognizing Pregnancy and Infant Loss Awareness Remembrance Month would enable the people of the City of Temple to consider how, as individuals and communities, they can meet the needs of bereaved mothers, fathers, and family members and work to prevent the causes of these deaths. And whereas the Star Legacy Foundation invites all residents of the City of Temple to participate in Pregnancy and Infant Loss Awareness Month. Now therefore, I, Michael C. Johnson, Mayor, do hereby proclaim October 2025 as Pregnancy and Infant Awareness Month in the city of Temple, and encourage parents, caregivers, and all residents to become educated in opportunities to prevent pregnancy and infant loss and support bereaved families when prevention is not possible. In testimony whereof, I hereto set my hand and cause to be affixed the great seal of the city of Temple this 6th day of October, 2025. Michael C. Johnson, Mayor. All right, that's item 1 in the books. Now, item 2 under new business. Present Troy Hollingsworth as a candidate for the Planning Commission Ward 3 seat, which was vacated by Mr. Troy Curtis on July 15, 2025. This time we recognize Councilwoman Bowles to make her nomination.
Okay. I would like, to make this nomination for Mr. Hollingsworth. I'll read his bio. This is for the Planning Commission. He is a dedicated community member, local realtor, and small business owner. He has lived in Temple for 21 years. For the past 4 years, he has built a successful career in real estate while also owning and operating Vinnie and Luna Lawn Care, a landscaping company serving West Georgia. Beyond his professional work, family is at the center of his life. He and his wife are proud parents of 4 children and 6 grandchildren, 3 of whom they are raising together. An active and devoted grandfather, he rarely misses a basketball game, football game, or school activity, always cheering his grandchildren on from the sidelines. His deep commitment to family and community is what inspires him to serve as a Planning Commission member, where he looks forward to contributing his time, energy, perspective to help shape the future of the community. So I ask council, would you please approve? Because it's been a hard search for me.
I second it.
All right, motion by Ms. Bowles, seconded by Mr. Bracknell. Any discussion? All in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, the same sign. Motion carries 5-0. Congratulations, sir.
Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Is there anything you would like to say to the council?
I just want to say I love Temple. It's nice to put faces to some of the names. And I look forward to serving Temple and working together with you guys.
All right, very good. Thank you. All right, item 3, extend the current moratorium on new residential developments for an additional 1 year while the city works to establish the location or locations of water loss and continues to pursue a second water source.
Do we need a motion in order to have discussion on that? Because I've got some issues with that item.
All right. We need a motion and a second, and then we can have discussion.
I'll make the motion to extend the current moratorium on residential developments for an additional 1 year while the city works to establish the locations of water loss and continue to pursue secondary water source.
Okay?
Second.
All right, seconded by Ms. Bowles. Now, for discussion. Yes.
I've just got an issue with extending that for a year. We've been, October the 15th, we're 9 months in, and we're in the same situation we were 9 months ago. So I can't see that within a year we're gonna be any better. I would say, do 90 days or 6 months. But, and like I brought up last week, we need to be having discussion with the water authority. They have asked that we do a projection as to how much water we're going to be using, years, 10 years, 15 years. And all we gave them was the approved rooftops that we have, which is about 600, and they were told that that could possibly be done within 5 years, but anything beyond that, they don't have any projection to go on. So I think we need to be having discussion with the water authority instead of dragging this on for another year, and then a year from now, have another moratorium. It doesn't make sense to me.
What if we extended the moratorium with a required update every 30 days?
They've been doing that with
We've
every
been getting updates
commission
at
meeting.
every meeting, and the update's always the same, pretty much.
Committee meetings.
We've been meeting, having the various meetings, and the last meeting was the first one. We had heard that they were asking for anything further. The last time we had met with them, they had told us to look for a second source, and that's why we've started having meetings elsewhere to look for a second source. We did provide what they had asked, and so we have started, since Mr. Walden brought that to our attention, we have started reviewing and looking, but that's going to take some time with engineering and everything. So we've started that process, but that will take time as well. So we're working on that.
Can I ask for a review of why we're doing a year and not 90 days?
Yes. So, because every 90 days, we come back with this, the discussion, and it takes time trying to, putting all this together. And so, while we are working on this with finding information with the district meters and having the discussion, and we keep updating every month, this is giving staff time to continue moving forward with it instead of working to come back to you every 90 days. But we continue to give you monthly updates.
So is it that difficult to come back every 90 days? I mean, I don't know what,
It takes a bit of time. It's not difficult. If you want us to do it, we'll be glad to do that.
I just
It's-
like,
it's
yeah,
going-
I like for the urgency of a 90-day over a year. I
It's-
mean, I really do. I think that means that we're guaranteed to have kind of an update, that we focus on where we are, what we need to do, what we're, those kind of steps.
I think it's important to understand why there's a moratorium. The moratorium is because we currently can't serve any future growth. So until we have a solution in place, and then we can serve future growth, then we can lift the moratorium.
And
So
our-
what you're expecting
That is
is
that is on what the Water Authority has told us, correct?
no, that is based on our ability and our current water system to serve current residents and future projected residents. So
I didn't know
as I
that.
said,
I thought it was because the Water
No.
Authority told us they couldn't give us the water.
no, we're gonna exceed, if we continue to build and issue subdivisions and things of that nature, we are gonna far exceed what we can produce water, or what we can purchase water-wise. The county
So it's
asked
the
us
purchase
to.
of the water, not.
Correct. Well, the provision of the water, the county has asked us to
Find a second source.
find a solution.
Well, I don't understand why we can't find a solution, do it on a 90-day basis, just so that, I mean, the urgency of that just seems like it keeps us all focused on what we need to be doing.
It's infrastructure.
And, well, yeah, but that's, I mean, I don't understand, a year, we just kind of kick the ball, it's almost like we're kicking the ball down the road.
The
Well,
years,
what I'm
I mean, if
saying-
the issue is whether or not we can get the water from the Water Authority, is the issue, correct?
We have two situations. One is either build a water tower or find an alternate source, and we're not gonna have that done in 90 days. So
We should be
why,
well
why
on
should we
it.
be reviewing it every 90 days if we know good and well we're not gonna be able to meet the requirement to lift it in 90 days?
I just
Some
don't
of these
see what
projects
it
gonna take
hurts
years.
to do it every 90 days. I mean, that just brings it back, puts it on everybody's radar that we got to solve this. I mean, it's something we have to solve.
if we miss a moratorium, we have several developments that are getting ready to submit.
Let's not miss them.
I know, I'm just saying.
Let me offer this comment, and Mr. Walden can correct me if I'm wrong here, but I believe there is another factor in here that the idea behind the water and what we can get and how we get it is also includes require a change of agreement with the Carroll County Water Authority on what our maximum pull of water from the system would be. Is that correct?
That's correct, yeah. We would
So that's-
negotiate with them, yeah.
That's still an option that's part of the overall picture. So while we look for different ways to store water, or we look for different ways to get water, there's also the potential of negotiating an increase in what the Carroll County Water Authority is willing to supply.
Or if we get that, are we ready to lift the moratorium?
Depends on it depends on the projections for the future. Of course, that also depends on their agreement to raise our maximum.
So if we get our projections and we go back to the water authority and they accept it, then we can lift the moratorium and it
At
won't
any
take a
time.
year.
Potentially so.
At any
yeah.
time.
When we had our committee meetings, that was part of the request I made, was to get that information together to provide to them.
Yeah, the water authority they want to have some communication. They're in business to sell water. They have water. They have excess of 2 million gallons a day. So that I don't see why we're not talking to them and negotiating. I'll bring up Villarica. They have 3 different sources of water. They produce about 1.5 million gallons a month, and they also buy from Douglas County, and they're able to buy more from the Carroll County Water Authority than what we can get. They're guaranteed 800,000 gallons a day, and we're only guaranteed 600,000 a day.
Are we not talking to them?
No,
We
nobody's talking to them.
were, and then they told us that they couldn't supply us anymore. We needed to work on a second, we needed to build a water tower or find another source. So that's what we started to do, and that's why I mentioned that was the first we had heard about the excess and that we could talk with them, but they needed projections. So after the meeting last week, we started working on some of this that was brought up, but that was the first that we had heard about that.
Yeah, I've talked to Matt Wyndham a couple of times at the Water Authority, and he just tells me they just need to know what direction we're headed in and, you know, what we're looking like in the future.
Well, that's encouraging news that we got last week and we're continuing to get, because I was present at that meeting in January of 2025, and the tone that I saw and heard was not nearly as welcoming as that in terms of talking about adding more service to what we need. So I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad that they're
Well, this
opening
is-
to that possibility.
This is something we should hear from relatively soon, I would imagine, by the next council meeting, right? Is that too quick?
We have to give the projections, so we started working on those, but we have to work with engineering on that. So
How
we're
long
working
does
on
that
that.
take?
I don't know. We're getting to it. We are working on it. Deidre and I were looking at rooftops today.
I think it's probably a potential, because any negotiation about the amount of water service they're willing to guarantee us would be really based on the more immediate numbers than it would be on the way out numbers.
Yeah.
So,
And the other issue is too, we have millions of gallons unaccounted for. We gotta figure out what's happening there. We've had new information come up lately with different contractors using fire hydrants unmetered to provide their daily use of water. So there's things we need to investigate and have time to figure out.
Yeah, 9 months, a long time.
Well, this year, so far, we've averaged just over 5 million gallons a month of unaccounted for, or water that we paid for that's not billed out.
all right, so within this discussion, we've heard the presentation that we felt that a year is too long. We've got a motion and a second for that 1-year period. So before we can have another motion, we'll need those 2 motions to be withdrawn. Or we can vote on that motion and see whether it succeeds or not, and then if it does not succeed, another motion can be offered.
Can I just change my motion?
All right, well, you willing to, you can
Let me hear what
pull
you got.
your, okay.
I'll pull it first.
I'll go 6 months.
Yeah, I
I
was
just
thinking
feel like we
6
need a little
months.
bit more time than the 90 days.
Yeah, I was thinking 6 months also.
All right, so motion for Mr. Rustin for a 6-month moratorium, seconded by Ms. Bowles.
Yes.
Discussion. All right, all in favor of the motion for a 6-month moratorium, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, the same sign? Motion carries 5-0 for 6 months. All right, item 4, discussion followed by council action on the request for the purchase of a replacement gator at the Recreation Department.
That was discussed at the committee, right?
No, it was not. This became an emergency.
Oh, okay. What was
You wanna come up?
discussed? Oh, it was the paving.
Senior stuff here.
Yeah. But that was paving. Oh,
Paving was considered.
That, okay, gotcha. My bad.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Hey. So last Thursday, our gator broke. Would not go in reverse, wouldn't do anything. Took it down to John Deere in Sun South. $5,000 to $6,000 for the part. The transaxle was the culprit, among some other things. It is a 2001 Gator, so we've been rolling precariously for the last couple of years. I'm being serious, and we've had to roll it up the hill and down the hill sometimes just to get it back to the shop to get it going. So I really feel like we've done our due diligence in using this Gator. Now, what you see before you in the packet, you should have from Sun South, a quote summary for $9,087.67 for one quote. And then from Dowda, the same John Deere Gator TX 4x2 for $10,900. Sun South has cut us a deal. I think it's definitely at a better price. And to get it fixed, you guys, you can see how much. You should see the part was $5,036.71, and that's before servicing.
What will be done with the current piece of equipment? Will that be traded in any way, or?
I'm going to see, when I said traded in, they kind of smirked and laughed at me, like, because how much it costs, but we could see about parts. That's my next step, to see if we had parts. My suggestion is, if we could sell it to them for parts, that could be on our account for when we need to get replacements and put it to our credit. I don't know how much that would be, okay?
Or gov deals,
Excuse me?
or gov deals if we can't trade it in, or?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely, yeah. The only reason why I said that is because we're gonna have to, if we're able to purchase for Sun South, we have to go down there, get the new Gator, bring it back, go down there and get the other Gator. So, yeah, it's a lot.
Which one are you suggesting?
The one at Sun South for $9,087.67.
I'll make that motion.
May
Oh, wait.
may I
She
ask,
said, whoa.
can you add to your motion that the part, traded in for parts or sell it on gov deals, and then,
I think that's by policy, we have to do that.
well, but we come back to you for equipment to put on gov deals, so if you can make that as part of your motion.
she can automatically
Then she
do it.
we can determine
have a
if we'll
problem with
get
that.
that.
But I also want this motion where we're paying for it from.
Where it's coming from.
Yeah, where?
What's
How are
that?
we paying for it?
Oh, Splost.
Magic.
Magic.
Where did it come from? I'm sorry.
Lost.
Okay.
So, are we gonna sell it on gov deals or trade it in for parts? Which one?
Whichever she can do.
Yeah, whichever gives us
You're gonna give us
most.
the better, right, correct. Which one's gonna give us the most?
It gives her the option. My motion gives her the option to make that call.
Yeah.
All right, we have Mr. Bracknell's motion,
Second.
seconded by Ms. Bowles. Any further discussion?
I do appreciate the thorough quotes that you got.
Absolutely. You're welcome.
All in favor, let me know by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, the same sign. Motion carries 5-0.
Thank you.
Thank you. Item 5, announce that the first and second public hearings for the fiscal year 2026 operating and capital budgets will be held as follows. The first public hearing will be on Monday, November 17 at 6 p.m., and the second public hearing on December 1 at 6:30 p.m., followed by formal adoption of the budgets. All right, so we have that announcement. Next, closing comments. Mr. Russell,
No comments?
Mr. Walden,
Nothing, sir.
Mr. Bracknell,
No, sir.
Ms. Bowles.
Thank you so much, Mr. Hollingsworth. Said thank you so much.
Ms. Miller.
No, thank you.
All right, then we do need executive session for personnel. So I need a motion to go into executive session for personnel.
Make that motion.
Second.
All in favor, let me know by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign, so, yeah. No action is expected after we get back from the executive session.
guess he said, are y'all done? And he got out of here quick, didn't he? Yeah, he was on the clock, man. Is there any more news? Nope, I'm out.
And Mayor Pro Tem, the mayor ain't in here. Oh. We don't have to have that on, do we?
All right, I hear a motion to come out of executive session.
Make a motion?
All in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 5-0. Motion to
Make a
adjourn.
motion, we adjourn.
Second.
All in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
I heard 5-0 on that, so good night, everybody.
There's not a trash can out here either. Is there a trash can?